Topics of interest to you, brought to you by Fairfield Community Health Center and Refreshing 90.9 FM. I'm your host, Dr. Troy Hampton. So today I'm going to share with you a bit about sleep and the lack thereof. I love my sleep and when I get it, but if you're like so many people with busy lives, it's one of the essential elements of health that's first to go in the call of duty. Our information today comes straight from the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, an organization that's done a great deal of research on sleep. So to begin with, we are familiar with this concept of sleep deprivation, which is a condition that occurs if you just simply don't get enough sleep. However, there's a separate term, and we're probably familiar with this too, called sleep deficiency, which is a broader concept. It occurs if you have one or more of the following. You don't get enough sleep, which is sleep deprivation. So sleep deprivation is a subset of sleep deficiencies. You sleep at the wrong time of day, that is, you're out of sync with your body's natural clock. You don't sleep well or get all of the different types of sleep that your body needs, or you have a sleep disorder that prevents you from getting enough sleep or causes poor quality sleep or sleep deficiency. Sleeping is a basic human need like eating, drinking, and breathing. Like these other needs, sleeping is a vital part of the foundation of good health and well-being throughout your lifetime. Sleep deficiency can lead to physical and mental health problems, injuries, loss of productivity, and even a greater risk of death. To understand sleep deficiency, it helps to understand how sleep works and why it's important. The two basic types of sleep are rapid eye movement, or REM sleep, and non-REM sleep. Non-REM sleep includes what is commonly known as deep sleep or slow wave sleep. Dreaming typically occurs during REM sleep. Generally, non-REM and REM sleep occur in regular patterns of 3 to 5 cycles each night. Your ability to function and feel well while you're awake depends on whether you're getting enough total sleep and enough of each type of sleep. It also depends on whether you're sleeping at a time when your body is prepared and ready to sleep. See, you have an internal body clock that controls when you're awake and when your body is ready for sleep. This clock typically follows a 24-hour repeating rhythm called a circadian rhythm. The rhythm affects every cell, tissue, and organ in your body and how they work. If you're not getting enough sleep, or sleeping at the wrong times, or have poor quality sleep, you'll find that you're very tired during the day. You may not feel refreshed and alert when you wake up. Sleep deficiency can interfere with work, school, driving, and social functioning. You might have trouble learning, focusing, and reacting. Also, you might find it hard to judge other people's emotions and reactions. Sleep deficiency also can make you feel frustrated, cranky, or worried in social situations. The signs and symptoms of sleep deficiency may differ between children and adults. Children who are sleep deficient might be overly active and have problems paying attention. They also might misbehave and their school performance can suffer. Sleep deficiency is a common public health problem in the United States. People in all age groups report not getting enough sleep. As a part of a health survey for the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, about 7 to 19% of adults in the U.S. reported not getting enough rest or sleep every day. Nearly 40% of adults report falling asleep during the day without meaning to at least once a month. Also, an estimated 50 to 70 million Americans have chronic, ongoing sleep disorders. Sleep deficiency is linked to many chronic health problems, including heart disease, kidney disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, stroke, obesity, and depression. Sleep deficiency also is associated with an increased risk of injury in adults, teens, and children. For example, driver sleepiness, not related to alcohol, is responsible for serious car crash injuries and death. In the elderly, sleep deficiency might be linked to an increased risk of falls and broken bones. In addition, sleep deficiency has played a role in human errors linked to tragic accidents, such as nuclear reactor meltdowns. A common myth is that people can learn to get by on little sleep with no negative effects. However, research shows that getting enough quality sleep at the right times is vital for mental health, physical health, quality of life, and safety. Many factors play a role in preparing your body to fall asleep and wake up. You have an internal body clock that controls when you're awake and when your body's ready for sleep. The body clock typically has a 24-hour repeating rhythm. I mentioned that earlier. It's called a circadian rhythm. Two processes interact to control this rhythm. The first is a pressure to sleep that builds with every hour that you're awake. This drive for sleep reaches a peak in the evening when most people fall asleep. A compound called adenosine seems to be one factor linked to this drive for sleep. While you're awake, the level of adenosine in your brain continues to rise. The increasing level of this compound signals a shift towards sleep, And while you sleep, your body breaks down the adenosine. A second process involves your internal body clock. Because it's in sync with certain cues in the environment, such as light and darkness, there are other cues that help determine when you feel awake and when you feel drowsy. For example, light signals received through your eyes tell a special area in your brain that it's daytime. This area of your brain helps align your body clock with periods of the day and night. Your body releases chemicals in a daily rhythm, which your body clock controls. When it's dark, your body releases a hormone called melatonin. You're probably familiar with that because you can buy melatonin over the counter. Melatonin signals your body that it's time to prepare for sleep, and it helps you feel drowsy. The amount of melatonin in your bloodstream peaks as the evening wears on, and researchers believe that this peak is an important part of preparing your body for sleep. Exposure to bright artificial light in the late evening can disrupt this process, making it hard to fall asleep. Examples of bright artificial light include the light from a TV screen, a computer screen, or even a very bright alarm clock. As the sun rises, your body releases cortisol. This hormone naturally prepares your body to wake up. The rhythm and timing of the body clock change with age. Teens fall asleep later at night than younger children and adults. One reason for this is because melatonin is released and peaks later in the 24-hour cycle for teens. As a result, it's natural for many teens to prefer later bedtimes at night and sleep later in the morning than adults. People also need more sleep early in life when they're growing and developing. For example, newborns may sleep more than 16 hours a day, and preschool-age children need to take naps. Young children tend to sleep more in the early evening. Teens tend to sleep more in the morning. Also, older adults tend to go to bed earlier and wake up earlier. Older adults tend to go to bed earlier and wake up earlier. The patterns and types of sleep also change as people mature. For example, newborn infants spend more time in REM sleep. The amount of slow-wave sleep, a stage of non-REM sleep, peaks in early childhood and then drops sharply after puberty. It continues to decline as people age. Sleep plays a vital role in good health and well-being throughout your life. Getting enough quality sleep at the right times can help protect your mental health, physical health, quality of life, and safety. The way you feel while you're awake depends in part on what happens while you're sleeping. During sleep, your body's working to support healthy brain function and maintain your physical health. In children and teens, sleep also helps support growth and development. The damage from sleep deficiency can occur in an instant, such as in a car crash, or it can harm you over time. For example, ongoing sleep deficiency can raise your risk for some chronic health problems. It can also affect the way you think, react, work, learn, and get along with others. Sleep helps your brain work properly. While you're sleeping, your brain is preparing for the next day. It's forming new pathways to help you learn and remember information. Studies show that a good night's sleep improves learning. Whether you're learning math, how to play the piano, how to perfect your golf swing, or how to drive a car, sleep helps enhance your learning and problem-solving skills. Sleep also helps you pay attention, make decisions, and be creative. Studies also show that sleep deficiency alters activity in some parts of the brain. If you're sleep deficient, you may have trouble making decisions, solving problems, controlling your emotions and behavior, and coping with change. Sleep deficiency also has been linked to depression, suicide, and risk-taking behavior. Children and teens who are sleep deficient may have problems getting along with others. They may feel angry and impulsive, have mood swings, feel sad or depressed, or lack motivation. They also may have problems paying attention, and they may get lower grades and feel stressed. Sleep plays an important role in your physical health. For example, sleep is involved in healing and repair of your heart and blood vessels. Ongoing sleep deficiency is linked to an increased risk of heart disease, kidney disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, and stroke. Sleep deficiency also increases the risk of obesity. For example, one study of teenagers showed that with each hour of sleep lost, the odds of becoming obese went up. Sleep deficiency increases the risk of obesity in other age groups as well. Sleep helps maintain a healthy balance of the hormones that make you feel hungry. Ghrelin is the name of that hormone. Or full. Leptin is the name of that hormone. When you don't get enough sleep, your level of ghrelin goes up and your level of leptin goes down. Insulin, the hormone that controls your blood glucose or sugar level. Sleep deficiency results in a higher than normal blood sugar level, which may increase your risk for diabetes. Sleep also supports healthy growth and development, as we've mentioned. Deep sleep triggers the body to release the hormone that promotes normal growth in children and teens. This hormone also boosts muscle mass and helps repair cells and tissues in children, teens, and adults. Sleep also plays a role in puberty and fertility. Your immune system relies on sleep to stay healthy. This system defends your body against foreign or harmful substances. Ongoing sleep deficiency can change the way in which your immune system responds. For example, if you're sleep deficient, you may have trouble fighting common infections like the common cold. Getting enough quality sleep at the right time helps you function well throughout the day. People who are sleep deficient are less productive at work and school. They take longer to finish tasks, have a slower reaction time, and may make more mistakes. After several nights of losing sleep, even a loss of just 1 to 2 hours per night, your ability to function suffers as if you haven't slept at all for a day or two. Lack of sleep also may lead to microsleep. Now, this is a very interesting concept. Microsleep refers to brief moments of sleep that occur when you're normally awake. You can't control microsleep, and you might not even be aware of it. For example, have you ever driven somewhere and then not remembered part of the trip? If so, you may have experienced microsleep. Even if you're not driving, microsleep can affect how you function. If you're listening to a lecture, for example, you might miss some of the information or feel like you don't understand the point. In reality, though, you may have slept through part of the lecture and not been aware of it. Some people aren't aware of the risks of sleep deficiency. In fact, they may not even realize that they're sleep deficient. Even with limited or poor quality sleep, they may still think they can function well. For example, drowsy drivers may feel capable of driving, yet studies show that sleep deficiency harms your driving ability as much as or more than being drunk. It's estimated that driver sleepiness is a factor in about 100,000 car accidents each year, resulting in about 1,500 deaths. Drivers aren't the only ones affected by sleep deficiency. It can affect people in all lines of work, including healthcare workers, pilots, students, lawyers, mechanics, and assembly line workers. As a result, sleep deficiency is not only harmful on a personal level, but it can also cause large-scale damage. For example, sleep deficiency has played a role in human errors linked to tragic accidents such as nuclear reactor meltdowns, grounding of large ships, and aviation. Sleep deficiency, which includes sleep deprivation, affects people of all ages, races, and ethnicities. Certain groups of people may be more likely to be sleep deficient. Examples include people who have limited time available for sleep, such as caregivers or people working long hours or more than one job, have schedules that conflict with their internal body clocks, such as shift workers, first responders, teens who have early school schedules, or people who must travel for work. Make lifestyle choices that prevent them from getting enough sleep, such as taking medicine to stay awake, abusing alcohol or drugs, or not leaving enough time for sleep. People who have undiagnosed or untreated medical problems, such as stress, anxiety, or sleep disorders. Those who have medical conditions or take medicines that interfere with sleep, and those who have certain medical conditions that have been linked to sleep disorders. These conditions include heart failure, heart disease, obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, stroke, or transient ischemic attack, also known as mini-stroke, depression, and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD. So what can you do to improve your sleep habits? You can go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. For children, have a set bedtime and bedtime routine. Don't use the child's bedroom for timeouts or punishment. Try to keep the same sleep schedule on weeknights and weekends. Limit the difference to no more than about an hour. Staying up late and sleeping in late on weekends can disrupt the body's clock or the sleep-wake rhythm. Use the hour before bed for quiet time. Avoid strenuous exercise and bright artificial light, such as from a TV or computer screen. The light may signal the brain that it's time to be awake. Avoid heavy and or large meals within a couple of hours of bedtime. Also avoid alcoholic drinks before bed. Avoid nicotine and caffeine. Nicotine and caffeine are stimulants, and both substances can interfere with the sleep. The effects of caffeine can last as long as 8 hours, so a cup of coffee in the late afternoon can make it hard for you to fall asleep at night. Spend time outside every day and be physically active. Keep your bedroom quiet, cool, and dark. Take a hot bath or use relaxation techniques before bed. Napping during the day may provide a boost in alertness and performance. However, if you have trouble falling asleep at night, limit naps or take them earlier in the afternoon. Adults should nap for no more than 20 minutes. Napping in preschool-age children is normal and promotes healthy growth and development. If you'd like any more information on this, you can go to the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute's Your Guide to Healthy Sleep, which is available on the internet via an easy search. Remember, we want you to know that you can have your questions answered on the air during our Ask the Doc segment. Just email your questions to askthedoc@fairfieldchc.org, and you might just have your health question on an upcoming episode of Communal Health. Connect with Fairfield Community Health Center on social media to keep up to date with all the great events and initiatives FCHC is doing, and to get daily health hints that can help improve your overall health. Check us out on Facebook and at fairfieldchc.org, and on Twitter and Instagram at WeAreFCHC. This is Dr. Troy Hampton wishing you great health.